everyone, it's Ken and Andrea here from Northern Viking Explorer. Today we want to share with you our review of the entertainment and activities aboard the Carnival Firenze. There was a lot to enjoy on this ship, so let's go ahead and dive right into it. So Andrea, the entertainment and activities on the Carnival Firenze, what were your thoughts?
I enjoyed it. It was fresh and new.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the things we saw were the first time that we've enjoyed those productions.
Yes, on other Carnival cruises, sometimes it's been something we've already seen before, or a little bit different. But it was nice to have stuff that we hadn't seen before, and I think a lot of that had to do with it being an Italian style ship, and we hadn't sailed on one of the Carnival, like Italian Carnival ships before.
I think they were trying out some new plays and stuff too. So it was good. So
Yeah.
should we start at the beginning of the week?
Sure. So there, of course, the first day there was the welcome aboard show in the Teatro Rosso, the main theater.
It was very comedic. It was very funny
Yeah.
with our host, and he did a great job.
They typically bring, people up on stage from the audience, do some fun stuff with them. And then the main kind of Playlist Productions group comes out, sings a few songs. It's kind of to just kind of get a feeling of what you're going to be experiencing throughout the week. So it was really
It's
good.
a good sampler, and it was also family friendly. So it was a good thing to go to.
Mm-hmm. Now, the next night, I believe this was really good. I think this was one of the better performances we've seen in a long time on a cruise ship. So it was the main performance, Dear Future Husband.
I loved it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The music was good. The storyline was romantic and fun. It's a great show.
It's basically about a couple getting married on a cruise ship and the story of that. There's lots of singing, lots of dancing. And for this one, we actually sat in the front row, and they'd come into the audience and singing right in front of us and dancing. So we had a really good view for it.
I really recommend it.
Yeah.
So there was 2 performances. Our sailing was 7:30 and 9:30.
And that was kind of the typical time for the shows on the ship, so 7:30 and 9:30. But if you're on the ship, I would highly recommend Dear Future Husband if you see that. Some of the other shows, Deal or No Deal, they had as a main show one of the evenings, which to me is a bit of a wish.
Yeah, if you've never seen Deal or No Deal done on a cruise ship, it is fun, but I would place it up there with Bingo.
Mm-hmm.
So this really generates a lot of income for the cruise line.
Yeah.
So it's absolutely free to go and watch, but it's a big push to sell the cards to play along.
Yeah.
So I don't really, it's not the same for me.
I feel like my wish is, I enjoy going and watching it, but my wish is it would just be an afternoon thing, or that they wouldn't replace an evening show with it. I feel like it's the cruise lines do it to make money, and I wish they would just add it on and put, even if it's something like a comedian or whatever instead. I don't like when they replace an evening show with Deal or No Deal. That's just my personal thought.
And we've seen it on many cruises, so when you've seen it over and over, it's still fun to watch, but I just wish we would go to a...
It just feels like there's no entertainment for the evening unless you want to go invest and try and win money.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel. But other stuff, the one night we had a variety Motown singer, which was really good, went through a variety of different songs. There was a fun one, What's Age Got to Do With It? This was kind of like Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? It brought in the parents and the kids and... ask questions, finishing sentences, that sort of thing.
Very much a family game show.
It was kind of, in a way, some of it was like a family-friendly love and marriage show, but with kid and their child and their parent asking questions back and forth and trying to get matches type of thing. So it was very clean. It was really good.
It was fun. And, we were not traveling with our children, but we still enjoyed watching it.
They, of course, had the Love and Marriage show on one of the nights. And we had a very special guest on our cruise.
Oh.
Yes.
This was a true highlight and an amazing way to end our final night on the cruise.
So I wouldn't expect this on your cruise because I think special guests only come once in a while. We didn't know.
No, she was the season 12 winner of American Idol. It was Candace Glover, and she was amazing.
Yeah. Her vocals were phenomenal. There was no band or anything. It was just her singing, and she did an amazing job.
That my only wish, though, if I were gonna add a wish, is that it was live music with it. It was canned music,
Yeah.
but still the level and the skill was just next level.
It was definitely next level. And I thank you, Carnival, for bringing on guests like that. It really helps boost the week, and it just takes it to the next level. Like, it was really good.
That is like entertainment that if you were home, you would have paid for tickets to go see.
Yeah.
It was good.
It was really good. So those were some of the main shows that we saw. There's all sorts of other stuff going on around the ship. There was ice carving on the Lido deck on day 2, one of our sea days. That was really fun. They do such a good job out there. Different things around the ship. So the comedy club, so the Punchliner Comedy and the Limelight Lounge.
And Carnival is always very strong on their comedy. Lots of different comedians and lots of different shows. There's family, and then there's also adult only shows.
Yeah.
It's a strong.
I believe that one of the nights, if I'm not mistaken, they did comedy as one of the main shows. So even actually going back to Deal or No Deal, maybe like have a comedy show in there, even if it's the same comedians, just so it feels like there's another show. Things like karaoke. They had trivia in the Tuscan Lounge.
Lots of trivia through the day.
Towel folding in the Tuscan Lounge. That was fun.
Yeah. That was fun. Yeah. It was very well attended. It was very busy.
Yeah. So they hand out a towel and guide you through making different animals and stuff. So that's fun.
Yeah.
The Venetian mask making.
Yeah, we missed that because that was on the first sea day morning. But that allowed, there was a Venetian Meet the Captain kind of event that you could have had a mask to wear for that evening. So that was fun that people got to create and decorate their own mask for that. And that was complimentary.
It was, yeah. There was Build-A-Bear, so a Build-A-Bear workshop, which was for the kids. I didn't go. You stopped by.
It was a full presentation. So you could go and watch for free if you want to build a bear. There's obviously a cost to that and a cost to buying outfits and stuff. But the cruise director, he went through a whole like guided process. It was a very special event. It wasn't a 5-minute put your bear together and you're done. It was a whole almost ceremony.
Yeah. So on the ship, they also have the morning show. So on our sailing, I believe it was Joey, the cruise director, they'd go in the Teatro Rosso Theater and film the morning show, which goes out on the TVs and the screen. But we stopped by there and watched that filming. It's often quite comedic and enjoyable. One of the other things they had on day 2 was the Captain's Venetian Toast, and that's where the mask making kind of fit in. So some of the main singers came in and dressed kind of
like capes
and opera type of thing, and sang a song or two. Then they brought in the senior staff, which introduced them. The captain came in and talked about how to actually say Carnival Firenze in Italian. So it was a really nice thing. It was in the atrium. It was well attended. It was really good. So
it was a bigger event than I expected, especially with all the musical going along with it.
Yeah.
And then there were a lot of parties, both your classic Carnival parties and some new ones.
Yeah, so there was the Sail Away party, which is kind of a tradition on Carnival.
That's a huge thing. They managed to get a huge participation of cruisers involved.
Yeah.
It's high energy. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's out on the Lido deck. It's kind of a staple on Carnival.
They do a great job.
Yeah.
Really good. Then there was also Rock the Promenade.
Yeah.
That was inside. Not as big.
No.
But it was still a fun event
to watch. Yeah. The Motown Music Trivia Party. Now this other one, I don't know if I want to call it a party or an event. It was kind of both. It was kind of an Italian one. So it was called Festa Italiana. This was on day 3 of our cruise.
This felt very special. It felt like a family carnival with Italian flair. So there was a lot of flags that were put over the pool, the Lido pool. It was decorated. They had violinists playing. There were dancers.
Yeah, the playlist. I think they were the playlist production dancers. Came out all dressed up and kind of marched around. Like it was really neat.
Different games.
Yeah, different games. Weird ones like balancing pots on your head and walking obstacle courses, that kind of stuff. It was really cool.
My only wish for this event is that there were more seating.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to like actively be involved with your family, you'll need to go early.
Yeah. There was lots of standing room, but not seating. So the other thing, it was a longer event. It was 2 hours from 8:15 to 10:15. So it wasn't like just a half hour thing. This went on for quite a while. So
It was fun.
yeah, I would call it unique. And I really appreciated that being like the Italian style on the ship. So.
And it was more of a family friendly event than like a party.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Silent Nights, they had that on the ship. If you're not sure what that is, it's the dance party where you wear headphones, so it's quiet and everybody's dancing. Lots of the teens get involved in that. The 80s rock and glow party. This is a staple again on Carnival.
On the Lido deck,
Yeah.
it's well attended and well participate. Like
Yeah.
a lot of excitement there.
Yeah. And then there's also the White Hot Night Party. This one was down, I believe, in the atrium area. It was not a huge participation. There was a lot of people in white dancing, but it was not as big as I've seen other times.
And I noticed at dinner, a lot of people were not wearing all white. So it's not that everybody was in white all day.
Yeah. Yeah. Other, entertainment and activities on the ship. So there was the high ropes course, and I do appreciate that had no cost. So again, that was above deck 12. You can go around the perimeter. We were allowed, I think it might depend on how busy it is, but we could go around as many times as we wanted.
It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. That's really enjoyable. The mini golf is up there, the water slides and the little water park for the kids, the sports court and the arcade. So there's a lot of entertainment that way. You did the spa tour.
Yeah, that was fun to go through and see the different areas. It's also a good way to know what is on your cruise ship.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you feel like there were pressure selling you, or was it okay?
No, actually, I felt like the little sales presentations were shorter.
Okay.
You could sign up and take advantage of some of the sales
Sure.
from the first day.
Yeah.
But it was nice.
Yeah. No, it was. I'm glad you did that. I didn't do it.
It's kind of warm in that area.
Yeah.
Going through, and if you're hungry, maybe eat first before you go.
Yeah. There's so much entertainment and activities on the ship. The other thing is movies on the Lido deck by the pool.
Yeah, and this is like a great thumbs up, like 2 thumbs up for this. And the reason I want to talk about it is you don't notice it's there until you're on a cruise that doesn't have it. And that is when you're watching the movie, the volume is loud enough to hear it so
Yeah.
you can follow the dialogue, and there's subtitles.
Yes. Well, because sometimes it gets loud out by the pool, so be able to read along, especially if there's
Dialogue while talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was nice that they had that, and it's a nice big screen out there by the pool. So
It's a nice family event, or even adults going. It's nice that they have that.
yeah. Other than that, any other thoughts on the entertainment and activities on the Firenze?
Well, I had a lot of fun, and I was very busy, so
Yeah.
I would tend to say that means it was really good.
Yeah. I would say that I appreciated the show Dear Future Husband. I really enjoyed that in the Teatro Rosso, and I enjoyed the Festa Italiana, that party. Those were the 2 things that stood out to me.
And the Venetian thing with the captain.
That's true. That was really cool.
That stood out too.
Yeah. So the entertainment and activities were fantastic on this ship, and I'm sure you'll love them if you're sailing on the Firenze.